To mark the 200th anniversary of the founding of the town of Greece, the Greece Historical Society presents a Bicentennial Snapshot. Each week we take a look at a particular aspect of Greece history. Today we will conclude our tour of the old district schools in Greece. The original number 7 schoolhouse was torn down in 1899 and replaced with this one-room wood frame building located on the north side of Frisbee Hill Road, just east of North Greece Road. The belfry-topped schoolhouse closed its doors to students in 1944. 2 years later, the property and building reverted to the Frisbee family, who had made an initial agreement with the school district for it to be used solely as a schoolhouse. This is how it looks today. Other than its location on the south side of Mill Road, also known as Podunk Road, just west of North Greece Road, little is known about this school. No doubt it was similar to the other schools. District 9 had 2 different schools on the east side of Long Pond Road bordering Round Pond Creek between Mill Road and Maiden Lane. The earlier schoolhouse was made of field stone, hence the name Stone Schoolhouse, and stood just northwest of the wood frame 2-room schoolhouse that stands today. The second school was built in 1914. Students were educated in that building for 30 years until it closed its doors around 1944. The structure has been a private residence since it was auctioned off by the Greece Central School District in 1949. 3 schools have occupied this site on the east side of Lake Avenue directly opposite Stonewood Avenue. The first, District Number 10, was a 1-room brick structure. By 1895, a 2-room frame schoolhouse was constructed and taught the 3 R's to children in the Charlotte area for the next 20 years. That building was auctioned off and re-erected as a private residence on Lake Avenue near Boxart Street. With the addition of more land, the third school, pictured here, constructed of tapestry brick, was built on the original site and opens its doors to students in 1916, the year the Charlotte part of the district was annexed by the city of Rochester. Greece children could continue to go to this school as they became part of the free school districts negotiated by the city after they annexed the entire Lake Avenue corridor from Ridge Road to Lake Ontario. Today it is the Rochester City School District's Abelard Reynolds School Number 42. District Number 11, Frederick Lay School, was located on the north side of Ridge Road, just west of Mount Read Boulevard, formerly known as Eddy Road. In addition to the original 1-room building creating this 2-room brick and shingle structure. All Greece schoolhouses were equipped with an outdoor lavatory, also known as an outhouse or privy. Some schools were fortunate enough to have luxuries such as an organ or a furnace. This school was one of the first to have a furnace, although it still had outdoor privies. Most of the common school districts had a single teacher who taught all grades. If a school was expanded to more than 1 room, they usually had more than 1 teacher. High schools did not develop until the very end of the 19th century. Students living in the South Greece area, known as Henpeck, attended school in this brick, 1-room schoolhouse on the east side of Elmgrove Road, just south of the Barge Canal. This school closed in 1930, and today is a private residence. And a new 2-room schoolhouse was built further south on Elmgrove Road at Elmore Drive to accommodate the growing number of students in the district. The Elmgrove School District joined Spencerport Central District when it was formed in 1949. The old 2-room school at 463 Elmgrove Road was sold at auction on March 1, 1959, and bought by Harold Thibault. His intent was to turn it into a bowling alley. He had bought the alleys and other fixtures from one in Rochester that had closed. He stored the items at the old school number 9. Later, he sold stock to people to make the lanes a public company. However, the idea didn't work out. The building was sold again in 2007 and is now a small apartment building with 10 units. Each schoolhouse was equipped with a pot-belly stove for warmth during the cold winter months. Every day, the teacher assigned 1 boy to gather enough wood for the day from the woodpile behind the schoolhouse. Another student was responsible for getting fresh water from the well of a neighboring home. The water bucket and ladle were placed in the front of the classroom for all the students to use. District number 13, Hoosick School, was located on a hill at the southwest corner of Ridge and Manitou roads. To the south of this two-room frame schoolhouse was the Hoosick Cemetery. Manitou Road has since been straightened. The schoolhouse was moved to Dean Road in the town of Parma and used as a private residence. Standing in the doorway of this one-room schoolhouse located on the south side of Janes Road near Kirk Road, District number 14, is Don Newcomb, the great-great-great-great-grandson of Jerry Burns, who donated the land for the schoolhouse in 1852. This frame building was used as a school until 1945. Today, the former Beatty School is a private residence. Located on the south side of Maiden Lane near Dewey Avenue, the first schoolhouse in the Barnard district, District number 15, was established in 1826 and used until 1860, when the second structure was constructed to meet the needs of an increase in student population. By 1916, this wooden two-room schoolhouse was built. It was praised as being a model rural schoolhouse. The student population continued to increase, and another new school, Greece Central School District's Barnard School, opened its doors in May of 1925. Additions were constructed in 1927 and 1962. Today it houses a private Jewish school, Derek Torah of Rochester. There are some questions about where District 16 was located. On the 1852, 1872, and 1887 maps of Greece, there was a school indicated on the north side of Ridge Road across from and east of the Upton Payne House, now Ridgemont Country Club. It was thought to be District School number 16, the David Todd School, by some. However, those same maps show a school on what was first the Blanchard property and later property owned by Patrick Fleming. The 1872 map clearly says that this was District 16. The bell that called students to class at the one-room schoolhouse known as the David Todd School is now on display at the Greece Historical Society and Museum. Although all ages of children were in the same classroom, students were taught separately according to their grade levels. Those being instructed at a particular time would move to the front desks, while the remainder of students worked on their lessons in desks at the back of the room. In 1864, children from District number 17 were educated here on the north side of Latta Road, just east of Long Pond Road. By 1919, this schoolhouse became known as District number 2. When no longer a school for a number of years, it was a liquor store. Later, it housed a realty office and a CPA. It is currently vacant. In addition to its other district schools, there were two joint districts shared with Parma. Joint District number 13 was on the border with Parma and North Greece. The number 14 District School of Parma in Greece, also known as the Lanes Corners School, was located at the southwest corner of Wilder and Manitou Roads. Greece Common School Districts number 3, 11, and 16 were consolidated to form Greece Central School District number 1 in 1928. It was the first centralized school district in Monroe County. Nearly 3 decades later, in May 1955, voters approved the annexation of Greece Central School District number 1 with Consolidated School District number 5 and Union Free District number 15, both consolidations of former Greece Common School Districts. The district's name was changed to Greece Central School District in April 1973. Thanks for joining us this week. Next week, we start our look at Prohibition. This is Maureen Whalen, inviting you to join us next Tuesday for another Bicentennial Snapshot presented by the Greece Historical Society.
Want to learn more from the Greece Historical Society and Museum? Then click that subscribe button for more content and hit that bell icon to get notified when there's more Bicentennial Snapshots. You can visit us on the web at greecehistoricalsociety.org. You can find us on Facebook at Greece Historical Society, and you can stop in at the Greece Historical Society at 595 Long Pond Road.